Stop overthinking AM and PM and finally understand how time and dates really work in real English conversations. Join our community, hit like and subscribe, and build the confidence to speak clearly every day. Here we go.
Hey, Liam, can we talk about something that always confuses me a little? Mastering time and dates in English. Why does it feel so complicated sometimes?
Of course, Emma. I love that you brought this up because so many learners feel the same way. And the good news is that it's much simpler than it seems.
What do you mean by culture affecting time?
In many countries, people use the 24-hour system, but in English-speaking countries, the 12-hour clock with AM and PM is the normal everyday system.
Wow, so the 24-hour system is not the default in English-speaking countries?
Exactly. It exists in formal contexts like the military or airports, but daily conversation almost always uses the 12-hour format.
Why would they divide the day like that instead of using 24 hours straight?
Because the day is mentally divided into two equal halves, and that double clock system feels natural to native speakers.
Double clock system? What is that?
You see, the day runs from 1 to 12 twice, once in the morning and once in the afternoon and night.
So the numbers repeat?
Yes, and that is why AM and PM exist, to show which half of the day you are talking about.
Interesting. So AM and PM are just markers for the two halves?
For sure. They tell you if the time is before midday or after midday.
What does AM actually mean?
AM comes from Latin and means ante meridiem, which means before midday.
So AM is from midnight until midday.
Correct. From 12 a.m., which is midnight, until 11:59 a.m., which is just before noon.
And PM?
PM also comes from Latin and means post-meridiem, which means after midday.
So PM starts at midday.
Yes, 12 p.m. is midday, and it continues until 11:59 p.m., which is 1 minute before midnight.
Wait. This is where people get confused, right?
Exactly. The biggest confusion in English time is 12 a.m. and 12 p.m.
Why is 12 so dangerous?
Because 12 sits at the border between the two halves, and our brain expects 12 to feel like a beginning.
So what is 12 p.m. exactly?
12 p.m. is noon, which means midday.
And 12 a.m.?
12 a.m. is midnight, the very start of a new day.
Wow, that feels backward in my head.
That happens because you are translating instead of thinking in the system itself.
How does translation make it worse?
When you translate, your brain tries to match two different systems, and that creates hesitation and doubt.
So that hesitation affects fluency?
Yes, because confidence drops when you are not sure if 12 p.m. is night or day.
What is the safest way to avoid confusion with 12?
Use the words noon and midnight instead of saying 12 p.m. or a.m. in important situations.
So in a meeting invitation, I should write noon instead of 12 p.m.?
For sure. Saying, let's meet at noon, removes all risk of misunderstanding.
That sounds much safer, especially at work.
It is, and professionals prefer clarity over technical precision.
Right, because mistakes with time can be serious, can't they?
Exactly. Imagine missing a flight because you confused AM and PM. That small detail could create a big problem.
Oh no, that would be terrible, right?
Yeah, that is why mastering this topic increases both fluency and professional credibility.
How do I ask the time naturally in English?
The most common question is, what time is it?
Is that the only way?
Another polite version is, do you have the time?
Are they used differently?
Not really, but Do you have the time sounds slightly more polite in public situations.
And how do I answer?
You simply say it's plus the number and then AM or PM if necessary.
Can you give me an example?
It's 3 p.m. or it's 9 a.m. are simple and natural answers.
Do I always need to say AM or PM?
Not always, because context usually makes it clear during conversations.
So if I'm at work at 10 in the morning, I can just say it's 10?
Exactly. Everyone already knows it is morning, so AM is unnecessary.
When do I use o'clock?
A clock is used when the time is exact, like it's 5 o'clock.
Can I say it's 5 o'clock p.m.?
No, and that is a very common mistake.
Really? Why not?
Because a clock already implies an exact hour, and adding PM sounds unnatural in spoken English.
So I say it's 5 p.m. or it's 5 o'clock, but not both?
Yeah, you choose one structure, never mix them.
Wow, I think I've said that wrong before.
That is normal, and small adjustments like this make your English sound much more natural.
Why do learners try to be so precise all the time?
Because they want to be perfect, but overthinking kills fluency.
So perfection can slow me down?
Yes, because natural speech is built on chunks, not analysis.
What do you mean by chunks?
Chunks are ready-made pieces of language, like it's 3:30 or let's meet at noon.
So I should memorize full phrases instead of building sentences word by word?
For sure. That is how native speakers process language automatically.
Is that why translation feels heavy in my head?
Yes, because translation forces you to build sentences manually every time.
And that makes me hesitate, right?
Exactly. Hesitation is usually a sign of internal translation.
How can I stop translating when talking about time?
Practice saying common time expressions out loud until they feel automatic.
Like repetition?
Yes, but meaningful repetition in real contexts.
Can you give me a natural example?
Sure. You can practice saying, the meeting starts at 9, the store closes at 6, or my flight leaves at noon.
That feels smoother already.
Yeah. You see how chunks remove stress from your brain?
Wow, yes. I don't need to calculate anything.
And that mental freedom increases confidence immediately.
So, mastering time is not just grammar, it is confidence?
Exactly. Clear time communication builds trust in both social and professional situations.
I never thought something so simple had so much impact.
That is the breakthrough moment many learners have, because clarity creates power.
Interesting. I feel more relaxed already.
And that relaxation is what allows fluency to grow naturally.
Now that I understand AM and PM better, how do dates make everything even more confusing?
Dates create confusion because English-speaking countries do not all use the same order for month and day.
Really? So even English countries disagree?
Yes, and that is why learners get nervous when writing deadlines or scheduling meetings.
What is the American format exactly?
In the United States, the order is month, day, year.
So if I'm talking about April 5th, 2026, how is that written in the American system?
In the United States, It follows the month, day, year order, so it would be written as 04/05/2026.
Wow, that looks like May 4th to me.
Exactly. That is the classic confusion between American and British formats.
What is the British format then?
In the United Kingdom, the order is day, month, year.
So, how would I say April 5th, 2026 using the British format when I'm speaking?
In British English, you would say the 5th of April, 2026, because they usually put the day before the month in spoken form.
That can cause serious problems.
Exactly. That is why professionals often write the month in words to avoid confusion.
So, instead of numbers, I should write April 5th, 2026?
Yes, that makes everything clear and professional.
Interesting. So clarity is more important than being short.
Exactly. Short is good, but clear is better.
How do I say dates naturally when speaking?
You say the month first in American English, like April 5th, 2026.
Do I say the number 5 or 5th?
You use ordinal numbers, so first, second, third, fourth, and fifth, and so on.
That sounds more natural already.
For sure, dates are spoken differently from how they look written.
Why does my brain want to say April 5 instead of April 5th?
Because you are translating structure from your native language instead of using the English chunk.
So again, it is about chunks, right?
Exactly. April 5th is a fixed spoken pattern.
How do prepositions work with time and dates?
English uses 3 essential prepositions: in, on, and at.
When do I use in?
You use in for months, years, and long periods.
Can you give examples?
In April, in 2026, in the morning.
What about on?
You use on for specific days and full dates.
Example, please.
On Monday, on April 5th, on my birthday.
And at?
You use at for specific clock times.
So at 3 p.m.
Exactly. At 3 p.m., at noon, at midnight.
Wow, that is simpler than I thought.
Yeah. When you see the pattern, it becomes automatic.
Why do learners mix these prepositions so much?
Because they try to translate directly instead of memorizing usage patterns.
So saying in Monday is wrong?
Yes, and it sounds unnatural immediately.
That is embarrassing, right?
It can feel embarrassing, but mistakes are part of growth.
How does overthinking affect time expressions?
Overthinking makes you pause too long, and that pause reduces confidence.
So fluency is more important than perfect grammar?
Exactly. Clear and natural communication matters more than perfect structure.
How can I respond naturally when someone schedules a meeting?
You can say, "That works for me," "Sounds good," or "See you at 3."
What if I need to suggest another time?
You can say, "Can we do it at 4 instead?" or "I'm available after 5."
That sounds very natural.
Exactly. These are ready-to-use spoken chunks.
What if someone says, let's meet at 12 p.m. and I feel unsure?
You can confirm by saying, "Do you mean noon?"
That feels confident.
Yeah. Asking for clarification shows professionalism, not weakness.
Wow, I never thought asking could show confidence.
It does, because clear communication prevents bigger problems later.
How do I write deadlines clearly in emails?
Write the month in words and include the time with AM or PM if necessary.
Example, please?
Please submit the report by April 5th at 3 p.m.
That looks very clear.
For sure. No confusion, no risk.
Why do I feel more confident now talking about time?
Because understanding the system removes uncertainty.
So, clarity reduces fear?
Of course. When your brain understands patterns, hesitation disappears.
Is this what you mean by thinking in English?
Yes, because you're using ready-made expressions instead of translating.
How can I practice daily?
Talk about your schedule out loud every day.
Like what?
Say, I wake up at 7, I start work at 9, I finish at 6.
That feels easy.
Exactly. Simple daily repetition builds automatic fluency.
What is the biggest mistake learners make with time and dates?
Trying to sound overly formal instead of sounding natural.
Can you compare formal versus natural?
A formal sentence might be, the meeting shall commence at 1500 hours, but natural speech is, the meeting starts at 3 p.m.
That formal version sounds dramatic.
Yeah, natural English is simple and direct.
So simple is powerful.
Simple language creates confident communication.
What is the main lesson I should remember from today?
Master the system, use chunks, avoid translation, and prioritize clarity over perfection.
So mastering time and dates is really about mastering clarity.
Exactly. When your message is clear, your confidence follows naturally.
Wow, I really feel like something shifted for me today.
That shift is powerful because now you're thinking in patterns instead of translating word by word.
What should I focus on after this lesson?
Keep practicing your daily schedule out loud, use chunks, and trust yourself more every time you speak.
So real progress comes from using English, not waiting to feel ready.
Exactly. You grow by speaking, even if it's not perfect.
Before we finish, what are we learning next?
In the next lesson, we're diving into something that surprises almost everyone. 5 phrases that seem easy, but everyone mispronounces.
Really? Even simple phrases?
Yes, and some of them are probably phrases you use all the time without realizing you're saying them wrong.
Wow, now I'm curious.
Good, because once you hear them, you won't be able to unhear them, and your pronunciation will level up instantly.
That sounds exciting.
It is, and I can't wait to see you there.
All right, everyone, see you in the next lesson.
Keep practicing, stay confident, and I'll see you in the next video.